This video gives an example from Chapter 16 of MTB 1370, calculating body surface area using one of two formulas that are presented in the chapter. And the first formula I have here is the formula to calculate body surface area using metric measurements of height and weight, specifically centimeters and kilograms. And the formula will be the square root of the height in centimeters times the weight in kilograms divided by 3600 is equal to the body surface area, which would be always measured in square meters. Key thing with this formula is you need to know the height, and it has to be in centimeters, and the weight, and it needs to be in kilograms. The second formula we'll look at is also for body surface area, which is also measured in square meters, but this one uses household measurements of height and weight, specifically inches and pounds. To find the number of square meters of body surface area, we take the square root of the height in inches times the weight in pounds divided by 3,131. And again, even though we're using household measures, the answer will be in square meters. The problem we're going to look at says, find the body surface area of a person with a weight of 74,000 grams and a height of 1.8 meters. Now you notice both grams and meters, those are base units from the metric system, so we are going to use the formula with the metric measures. And to calculate the body surface area in square meters, we're going to take the square root of the height in centimeters times the weight in kilograms and divide it by 3600. But in the given problem, we do not have our weight in kilograms nor our height in centimeters. Thus, we will have to do metric to metric conversions. One way that we did metric conversions previously is using the King Henry mnemonic, and using the metric prefixes we created a mnemonic that King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. And then we have two prefixes we don't have to know, and then we have micro. So in this problem, we have a weight of 74,000 grams. Well, grams is one of the three base units in the metric system, but in the formula we have to convert to kilograms. So we're going to go from grams to kilograms, which means kilogram weighs more, so we need less of them. So we're going to divide by 10 for each position that we move. So in this case, we have to divide by 10 3 times, which means divide by 1,000. Which, if we have 74,000 grams, and we divide that by 1,000, the decimal point will move 3 places to the left and give us 74 kilograms, which is what we're going to have to put in for the weight. Now, we were also given that the height is 1.8 meters. Well, meters is another one of the three base units, meter. We put that under B for base. But in the formula, we have to have it converted to centimeters. So centi is the C. So we're going to a smaller unit, so we have to multiply by 10 twice, which means really we're multiplying by 100. So 1.8 times 100 would be 180 centimeters. So it's a little bit less than 2 meter sticks, which makes sense. And we're going to put 180 in for the height. So in this problem, the body surface area which would be measured in square meters, would be the square root of the height in centimeters, which is 180 centimeters, times the weight in kilograms, which is now 74 kilograms, and divide that by 3,600. It's very important that we take the square root of that, otherwise our body surface area might end up in the 3 square meters, 4 square meters, or 5 square meter range. In reality, most body surface areas of adults would be between 1 and 2.25, and children would be a little bit smaller than that. So before we take the square root, let's go 180 times 74, and that gives you 13,320. Divide that by 3,600, and the radicand is 3.7, so that's the square root of 3.7. You never want to round until the very end after you take the square root. So the square root of 3.7 is 1.92353 on. Well, body surface area, generally we round to the nearest hundredth, which is 2 decimal places. So since it's 1.923, we're going to write it as 1.92 because the next digit was a 3, so we would round down. And it's very important that that's measured in square meters, m to the second. And that would be our result. So the body surface area would be 1.92 square meters, or 1 and 92 hundredths of a square meter. Now, we also have another way we could estimate the body surface area. The formula method is much more accurate, but if we go to our nomogram, we have a way to calculate or to estimate body surface area. What we would do is, over here we have a height axis or a number line, and over here we have a weight height or number line. And what we do is, on the scale we put a dot for the height, over here we put a dot for the weight, and we connect those two. And where it crosses the body surface area scale or number line is an estimate of the body surface area. So going back to the previous person, we said the weight was 74 kilograms and the height was 180 centimeters. So try to memorize that. So 180 centimeters, 74 kilograms. Okay, I have it written down. So the height, we said, was 180 centimeters. So centimeters are on the left side here, and 180 is right about there. So we just put a dot there. Put a little dot there at 180. And then what we do, let me put a dot there a little bit better. There, I put a dot. Might not be able to see it because it's black, but it's there. And then the weight is 74 kilograms, so this is 70, 80 kilograms, so 74 would be right about there. And then what you do is connect those two. So I have my line segment tool out, and I'm going to connect those two. And where that straight line segment intersects the body surface area is an estimate of the body surface area. So what I'm going to do is take my, see where it intersects. So I'm going to draw a circle where that straight line segment intersects that axis, and right at that little red dot is where it crosses. So this is 1.8, this is 2.0, so it's a little bit less than 2.0, but larger than 1.9. So it's about 1.95. So my estimate would be, make this in very big, thick font. BSA is roughly, according to this, 1.1 0.95 square meters. Now, if you look back at our formula calculation, we had 1.92 square meters. So you can see that using the formula method, which is the more accurate method, and using the nomogram, we don't always come up with the exact same value. That's because the West nomogram is an estimate of the body surface area. So this is an example of using the formula method and the bodies to calculate body surface area, and using the nomogram in Chapter 16 of MTB 1370.